Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to the Midani Limited Q1 FY23 earnings conference call hosted by ICICI Securities. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then 0 on your touch-tone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Dr. S.K. Jha, CMD, Midani Limited. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon. It's my pleasure to welcome all of you for this the meeting after the first quarter result. And I would like to mention few things here before in fact, rather than telling about the company, I would like to get the questions from investors. But I will start from that this year, the first quarter, which we have ended on the 30th June, the company has clocked the turnover of 114 crores, almost same as that first quarter of the last year, Q1 of the last year. But one significant achievement is that our production has gone up in the first quarter. So it is reflected in the form of the VOP. The value of production has gone up by almost 90% higher. So that this result will be seen in the second quarter. And third important point for all these metal companies is the pressure on the profit is mainly due to increase in the cost of raw material, which includes nickel, moly, cobalt, and also the increase in the price of fuel, with which you say that we consume the LPG in large quantity, and also power cost also has gone up because we have to, whatever we are getting the power from our captive power plant, that is not being coming. We are getting from that Telangana State Power Corporation. So this is what is a major highlights as such for this first quarter. And we have already we have made a provision for the dividend is almost similar whatever we have given to the last financial year of the FY22 of first quarter. And our order book position also is consistent. Whatever we have started from the 1st April to now is same. So I think I will be happy to take the questions from all the stakeholders.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin with the question and answer session. Anyone wishing to ask a question may please press star and 1 on your touch-tone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles.
This is inventory, right? Inventory. Includes raw material also, no?
The first question is from the line of Viraj Mithani from Jupiter Financial. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir, and thank you for giving me the opportunity. So my question is, if I see the raw material cost to the percentage of sales, in this quarter it has actually gone crazily high. So, I mean, what can you explain what was the reason for this, like, compared to the corresponding last quarter?
Cost of raw material you are telling?
Yeah, cost of raw material. Means it is like 96% of the some top line or something. So what happened? I mean, if you can just throw some light. And going forward, how are we trying to tackle this?
I think you are talking about the cost of raw material, na?
Correct, sir.
Yeah, cost of raw material is high because if you see the first quarter of the previous year and now, there is an increase in production almost in tonnage form, if you see, almost more than 2 times. So naturally, if the production has gone up, it will be, and it has been reflected in the form of BOP also, and there it is coming almost 90% higher. So almost 2 times increase is there in the BOP also. These factors which has contributed for this raw material consumption, number one, and number two, the prices have also has gone up. If you see from the first quarter of the previous year and first quarter of current year, almost there is an increase of 25 to 30% increase in the cost of all major raw materials which we consume for our production. So I think these are the 2 main reasons for that.
So we don't have the escalation clause in our contract when we deal with the customer, or we have that?
No. It's it varies from contract to contract, but nowadays, whatever orders we are getting, it will be on the fixed price only.
So then my next question, how are we planning the next quarter onward? Will it be the same impact, or we have taken steps to mitigate the raw material prices? Are there any steps?
Raw material price there will be a pressure on the margin because of raw material, not only for Midani, for any metal company. If you see the results that come out from even any steel plant also, it has been reflected in that, and we are also having that similar problem. But we are trying to see that how best we can utilize our reverts and recycle our scrap which we generate internally to minimize the impact of the raw material. But the cost of you see the power and energy that is in form of the LPG and all, it will remain on the higher side. So overall, there will be a pressure on the margin if you see in the next quarter also. Probably from the third quarter and all, it may get normalized. But first 2 quarters, we will find the impact of that.
Okay, so sir, if the value of production has increased, means that the benefit of that orders will be booked in the next quarter, right? So we see the numbers coming in the next quarters for that, right? Which is reflected in this raw material price. Is that correct to think?
Yeah. This whatever you have seen that higher value and see in form of inventory we are having in the more one, those things are going to be reflect in the output in sales only. Sales will be on the higher side.
And so my next question is, since your subordinates like BEL, Hindustan Aeronautics are guiding very strong quarters, and since we also form a part of a defense, we also supply to defense. So can you give some sense in terms of growth and like what you see there, and how it's going to be planning out? Because they have been guiding very, very strong quarters from now on.
BEL and HAL, they are basically the manufacturer of the defense platforms. And there, what will happen that whatever you see the growth, because they have a very good order book position now, and also the orders are all long-term orders. So their planning of that all input material has been taken care maybe a couple of years back only. So that the pressure which we are seeing on the raw material, they may not see on that sort of pressure.
No, but do we benefit from their expansion? We supply to them, right, to the defense. So do we benefit from that?
BEL no, because BEL is totally in electronics.
Okay.
But of course for HAL, we are getting some of their requirements we are meeting from HAL.
Okay, sir. And sir, you talked about the Sukhoi engine parts. Can you, sir, give some color? How is it happening now? Some certification we talked about in the last call.
Yes, for Sukhoi, a committee has been formed now, which is seeing that how the certification can get expedited, and Midani also is participating in that. So I am hopeful that they will try to see that whatever product is made or designed in the country, the certification will be faster. So they are monitoring that, and we are also part of that.
So my last question is, what will be the size of that business for us? If you can just give some color on that.
Sukhoi, in fact, we have not seen the order yet.
Initially, whatever supplied, they gave the material along with the aircraft. Now, whatever is going to be is for maintenance and repair. That's whatever Midani developed the material for the milk. The same thing is used there. That's the certification we are.
Order book is asking the order value. The order value I cannot tell you right now.
Like the government, whatever.
Okay.
So that is all in that. In fact, the total engine and all, if you see, it is coming in the thousands of crores. But what Midani will get is from the raw materials. That we have to see that how much quantity they are going to leverage from us.
No, you said we will be making some engine parts also in the last call. So it'll be some.
No, engine parts we are making for this is for Jaguar aircraft, and there is Adur engine. So for that we are getting the regular order. After execution of 40 sets, now again we have got the order for around 56 crores order already we have received from HAL for that work. So it is we are getting regular order for that purpose. And Sukhoi, the order placement yet to take place. So we have to see that how much parts they are going to indigenize in the country. But last meeting I told that we are developing the grades in advance. So that developments we have taken it forward, and we have come to the stage of final stage of certification.
Okay. Thank you and all the best, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Rohit Ori from Progressive Shares. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Two questions. First one is related to the JV that we have with NALCO. So by when do you expect that the operations will start?
JV work is going on now, but it has gone slightly slowed down initially because of some issues in the land acquisition and also getting the clearances from environment clearance and all. But now those things are in place, and we have gone to the first stage of appointing the consultants for execution of the project, which will take care of the procurement and engineering part of the project. And also we have gone for the first phase already tender we have floated for getting the interested party who can be part of our this supplier of the equipment and technology. So that work has started, and it will take the time which we can get the project to be completed. We are assessing, but it will take some time depending on that how much they commit when we are getting the their offer and order. So that part we are yet to see, but now action has been initiated. Usually for this type of project, once we place the order, from that day to execution, it will take 1.5 to 2 years.
Okay. So what sort of investments will be expected from Midani?
Midani, we are part of we are giving the equity of around 170 crores.
So these orders from the railways that have started gearing up for mass production of axles and wheels for certain wagons as well as LHB coaches. So what sort of opportunity do we see in that domain?
For axle, already we are executing one order of around 4 to 5 crores. It is initial stage. But we have some future indications are there. Plates, how much we have supplied?
It's around 1,200 tons.
Or
another 1,800 ton order.
So plates we are getting around consistently we are getting the orders. So maybe around 15 to 20 crores worth of order will be there in that.
Okay, sir. So last question is related to DAC approving the bulletproof jackets with the Indian standard BIS mark and the level of protection being BIS 6. So their requirements is the order, the entire thing is around 28,000 crore. And knowing that the Rohtak plant is almost ready, sir, what sort of opportunity can Midani get from this bulletproof jackets? Or what sort of bids are there, or what sort of tenders must have come, if you can share that?
First of all, the 28,000 crores which have been approved by DAC includes a number of equipments. And I don't know how much is the percentage for bulletproof jackets, which I am not clear. That figure is not with me. So definitely, with this type of approval, we are expecting that tender will be floated now. And parallelly, we are also gearing up for putting up our production facilities. So I will giving you the exact information after getting that what is the value of tender they are floating now, and is that what specification they are going to have. You have told about that BIS 6, level 6. Is it not?
Yes, sir.
So 6 also has a lot of deviations in that specification. So we are going to see that, then we'll tell you the comment on this.
But sir, Rohtak plant is ready, as in when the orders might be, we'll be able to cater to it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. That helps, sir. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. The next question is on the line of Hardik Jain from Prudential Partners. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity, sir. So you mentioned that order book is now similar to what it was in March 2022. So is it around 1,300 crore, the outstanding order book?
Yeah.
Okay, and sir, last time you mentioned that we'll be saving around 60 crores due to wide plate mill, because we are doing the rolling outside, and once this wide plate mill starts, we'll do the rolling in-house, and we can save around 60 crores. So the benefit of this annual saving of 60 crores, by when we should start seeing? Can it start from the next quarter?
No, this whatever I have told that we are doing outsourcing for our plate rolling. So that outsourcing we have stopped. So in the first quarter we have saved around, because of that, 4 to 5 crores saving is there. But then saving in terms that we are also having the expenditure also. So normally once you are getting that much saving, for operational cost we have to do that electricity, power and all we have to do. So that we have started. But 60 crores only for one product I have not told. It may be the total whatever business we do from that facility.
Okay, so once we start using the full capacity of wide plate mill, then the savings would be 60 crores.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir. Yeah.
Thank you. The next question is on the line of Abhijit from ICICI Securities. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I hope I am audible. My question is on Pinaka. So, would you be supplying any material to the Pinaka order that they're close to formalizing?
For Pinaka missile, we have initially developed the material, but at present they are getting this material through the open tender, and among the open tender we will also participate, and if we are able to get that L1, we can get this order. But the material component is very limited. In the cost of material in the Pinaka is very less. It is the material is a very low alloy steel, and its value is very less. So mainly the missile part, other parts are important, which includes their propellant and control system. Those things are important there.
Right, but I think the order size is pretty big, right? So they are talking about...
The numbers are quite big. Quite big in that. So
what are your estimate of the total order value? Because I think they have clubbed IFB also and given a number of 8,600 crore within that. Infantry fighting vehicle also within that 8,600 crores. But how much would be your addressable market if I assume only the rockets?
Frankly, I have not established the Midhani market is there in that. But for Pinaka missile, as I told you, it is basically the low alloy steel where the margin will be very less. Probably Midhani, we may not able to compete as far as the material is concerned.
Okay.
Other things, all infantry and other vehicles, where you see in the armor and all, we are already working with that Avani and all. That
Right.
is the defense, erstwhile OFP.
Right. That's all from my side. Thanks.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Shalabh from Snowball Capital. Please go ahead.
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
So my question is on inventory. I'm not sure what's the current figure in the balance sheet, but I guess the last year it was around 200 crores. The scrap in the inventory. So I want to know how do we assess what is extractable from the scrap, and what is the process of revaluing this inventory in case we are not able to extract the amount of metal that we think we should be able to.
See, we have two types of generations of the scrap.
Yeah.
One type of generation is that which we can recycle. Second, which we cannot recycle. So for recyclable scrap, almost we say 70% is there which you can recycle, and balance which we have to either dispose it or whether we have to keep in stock.
Okay, so the numbers that we see in the balance sheet, like for last reported balance sheet 2021, it was 218 crores. So that is the 100% scrap, right? 70% of which probably is recyclable and balance 30% is not. Is that understanding correct?
I have no figure in that. I'll reply it. I'll give you the correct value on that. Do you have the reply?
Okay.
No, this is automatic only. It's a continuous process. Whatever is generated, we are recycling it. Based on the process.
Basically, it's a dynamic one which we can. This change will be there, but the current value is how much and what will that will communicate.
Okay. So why this question comes up? Because it's a sizable part of a balance sheet which goes and fits in that scrap, and it has increased significantly over the last many years. So until unless we really use that, it just fits in the balance sheet, not generating any returns for us. So that's the genesis of this question. How do we use this finally in the production?
The recent past, we have been trying to use the maximum quantity of scrap to manufacture our product. There are certain limitations, as I told earlier also. Our customers, they demand that whatever certain products which go for the aerospace and missile and other strategic sectors, they say that you cannot use the scrap. And certain time they say that the scrap can use only 50%. So whatever we generate in this process of production, we are not able to fully utilize. And which I told in the last conference call also, that our products are not of same grade. There are some various variety of grades. So the scrap which we generate in the first order cannot be utilized in the second order. So this is the type of restriction Midani is having. And those scraps cannot be sold in the open market also. Because it contains some strategic materials. So these are the limitations are there. However, we are trying to see that how maximum we can utilize. And nowadays also we are asking customer to permit us to utilize the scrap, certain percentage, instead of utilizing complete virgin material.
Right. Sir, in that case, because, if customers are also not allowing us to do it, and probably we cannot, use it in the second order, as you said, then shouldn't we conservatively revalue this and take the impact in the P&L? Because, there is a value which is showing in the balance sheet, but probably it is not really useful in the business, right?
See, as you rightly told that any company, if the inventory is high, it's not the right indication. And unfortunately, when we are trying to minimize it, the raw material prices have gone up. So whatever we have trying to reduce by consuming scraps, it is not being reflected because straight away the raw material prices have gone by 30%, 40%. So definitely you will have, and in terms of the price or cost, it will show the higher value. I think this is the main reason for in current situation.
Sure. So there was also a media report that there was some pilferage from this scrap. Any comments on that, or how significant was that?
Or in terms of values, it was not significant. It was whatever confiscated was only 900, around 8 tons of scrap, and those scraps were not useful as such in the same form. So it was there, but then it was incident was serious in nature, and we have taken a lot of corrective actions after that, and we see that our systems become foolproof in the future. So it was basically the alarm for us, but the damage was very less.
Sure. And sir, just lastly on this quarterly numbers, if we see the change in inventory is higher than actually the raw material we have consumed. So I was just wondering, this means that the product that the cost of the material which we have added to the inventory is far higher than what we have actually consumed this quarter for this quarter's production. So how do we understand that in terms of what is actually the cost of the material which was consumed for the current quarter's production sale?
You see, it is not only the cost of material, you do the lot of value addition. So the material which has gone to left at the stage of finishing stage, definitely it will carry the actual price. So we do the valuation based on the stages where materials are lying. So in that respect, we will find that this type of discrepancy will be there. Because it is not only the raw material, you are adding your power, the fuel.
Correct. It's not just the raw material, everything is there.
Utilizing the manpower, the equipment, all those things are counted in that.
So which would only mean that what we have added in what extra we have produced for subsequent quarters is probably more valuable than what we have produced this quarter, which is why the
definitely.
Okay.
And then volume also is more, right?
Sure.
Yeah. Tonnage wise, if you see tonnage, I have not an exact figure, but once we are doing the calculation, tonnage wise it was 2 times than whatever we have got in the first quarter of FY22.
Right. And sir, lastly, just on the order booking, what is our expectation for the full year in terms of the order inflows that we expect?
This year we are 1,000 crores. We are sure of getting that, and and our plan also is to our annual plan also is around 950, and so to make the turnover. So we'll be maintaining almost similar level of order book. But as I told earlier also, in number of cases like in
Hello.
Sir, we are not able to hear you. Ladies and gentlemen, we seem to have lost the audio from the management's line. Please stay connected while we reconnect the management. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for patiently holding. We now have the line for the management reconnected. Over to you, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we already answered one. Where we got disconnected, I don't know. So if you can repeat the questions. Or
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah, audible.
So this order intake of around 1,000 crores that you said, before the call dropped off, this is primarily from defense?
Yeah, defense. Mainly from defense.
Okay. Thanks. Thank you, sir, and all the very best.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. The next question is on the line of Sanjeev Kumar Damani from FKD Consulting. Please go ahead.
Namaskar, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah, audible.
Sir, you have pending order of 1,300 or somewhat crores that is mentioned in the press release. So my question was that this is entirely a workable order, or many a times orders are received and then a lot of things are pending to be done about it.
Whatever you have seen, all are workable order only.
Okay.
There is no which cannot be worked out. And you have rightly said that sometimes some orders will have some developmental issues.
Right.
But I'll say majorities are in the executable only. Developments are very limited in nature.
Okay, sir. And in the one more sense I want to develop that, I mean, do you foresee, or if you have your estimate ready, in next 3 months these orders will not be completed, means we have already passed July, but by September this order will not get over, sir, or it will be for the entire year that this will go?
No, this whatever 1,300 crores we have shown here, we will be adding further. There will be some addition also will be there.
Agree, sir, but the execution, if you have something.
No, all we cannot execute in this year. All are not executable in this year. Yeah.
They are not executable in this year. Okay. Sir, can you kindly add in your presentation the dispatches that are made to various government departments, in the sense that to the defense, to the air side, or to the
sector wise,
if it is possible, that will give us an idea, because sir, you know very well that these days defense is growing like sir, and we all investors are trying to take our cake of shares by investing into the companies which are doing all this work, sir. Hello?
Yeah, you would like to know the sector-wise, space 37% dispatch.
Okay.
Defense 33%.
Okay.
So defense 33 plus 15, I will say, around 48.
48, okay.
And others, around 11% is going to the energy and some part of the export also.
Okay. So, sir, when we talk space means Hindustan Aeronautic or something like that, and then...
No, space means ISRO. ISRO.
Directly goes to ISRO only. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Not to HAL. Hindustan Aeronautic is not our client, sir? Or
yeah, it is there in defense. It is coming in the sector of defense and PSU. Basically, it is coming under the category of PSU, which I have told it is around 15%.
It is
so, and 33 is coming in the defense, which includes coming directly from the defense, like Indian Navy.
Okay.
And we get certain time from the armed forces.
And sometimes Bharat Earth Mover also may be giving you certain orders.
Bharat Movers, no. Practically, they are not using our type of materials.
Our type of material. Okay. Sir, can you kindly tell me that are you having monopoly in any of the product that you manufacture? That means that you are the only producer in India of that item. Can we claim something about something? Again, you may not be able to name them for secrecy reasons, but anything that we produce is a monopoly in India that you only produce, or there are other manufacturers?
First point is, you have rightly told that certain things we cannot reveal that monopoly is there.
Yes.
See, the monopoly is not because of the grades, it is because of the technology. Okay. Certain things we have got the technology transfer, or we have developed the technology over a period of time.
Right.
So there we have monopoly.
Right,
those things are very strategic in nature.
Right.
It cannot be discussed in the open platform. But however, I can tell you one thing on titanium production, we are the only company in India.
Okay. So this titanium use is going to rise in the days to come in defense and core sector as well as in domestic sector also. Will there be a growth of this item use? Utility will be there by a common man or for the use of the common man.
Titanium is called a noble or golden. You can say the wonder metal. It is called a wonder metal. Name is wonder metal because quality, its properties are very unique.
Right,
but then it carries a lot of costs.
Agree,
cost wise, it is not. It cannot be utilized for the common purpose. Right. Nevertheless, there is an application in defense and space and defense. If I say mainly, it is in the naval and in the aerospace, that in the sector, and partly in the missile also.
Sir, why I initiated this, correct me if I am wrong, before few years I heard that America was supplying Titanic utensils to India for home to use in kitchen of India. So
that can be a brand name. Utensils are never made in titanium.
Okay.
It can be a brand name by some company.
Okay.
But titanium has its application mainly started from that naval and mainly from aerospace. If you see all our aircraft engine components, lot of things are made of titanium.
Sir, one very.
Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Damani.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. The next question is on the line of Parimal Mithani from Credential Investments. Please go ahead.
Hello. Good afternoon, sir.
Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Mithani. Sir, there's a lot of disturbance from your line.
So my name?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, sir. This is much better. Thank you.
Can you give me the breakup of the current order book? And so second question is, in terms of how do you see the order intake coming, and which are the major areas that you see growth in coming next 3 to 4 years?
You give me some time. I will give you the order book breakup.
Okay. And so how do you, since our order book is really is executable over a 3-year period, right? So if I'm correct in this. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah. First of all, I'll just answer your question about the order book. We have total order book is 1377.
Yeah. Okay.
And breakup is like that, not in terms of percentage here I am not having, but you can calculate from that.
Okay.
So around 600 plus is for space.
Okay.
300 plus for naval sector, missile around 130, 100 coming around the energy, and balance aero is 67, armor 65, railway 12.5, and others are miscellaneous balance.
Okay. And so how do you see, since there is the MOD budget in terms of, the shipyards, in terms of aircraft and all that, it's quite high over a period of time. And how do you see Mithani's role in it, sir, going ahead?
You are talking about the defense acquisition clearance and all.
Yeah, defense acquisition in terms of aircraft, the new destroyers, in terms of the Tejas orders, which the defense has already given to HAL currently. How do you see your position in things of going ahead, sir?
See, whatever the platform you are seeing, the materials are mainly sourced from the different vendors.
Okay.
So Mithani also is part of that, and we are participating in the different tenders. and as per the price L1, we are winning the tenders. So as and when the requirements are coming, we are meeting. But so far on the volume of materials, I am not finding that huge volume they have. No tender has come with a big volume they are coming out.
Thank you. We'll move on to the next question. That is on the line of Viraj Mithani from Jupiter Financial. Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. If you can give us some color and sense, like how will this year plan and next year would be, in terms of growth, profitability and margins?
I can do one thing. We can give you some in the exact figure, but in summary, I will say that we have given the targets of around 25% growth every year. So the idea behind that 25%, it is coming in every field. Sales, we have to grow by 25%. Profit also has to go accordingly. And
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Dr. S.K. Jha, we have lost your audio. Ladies and gentlemen, we seem to have lost the audio from the management's line. Please stay connected while we reconnect the management. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for patiently holding. We now have the line for the management reconnected. Over to you, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So I think we were discussing about what is the growth plan and projections for profit, etc.
Correct.
So the plan, that, see, we are with the Ministry of Defence. The Ministry of Defence has given a target of that 1,75,000 crores is the turnover now. So they are looking for almost 2 times the turnover has to go up by 24-25.
Okay.
And export has to go from, right now we have around $1.5 billion. It has to go to $5 billion.
Correct.
So our targets also has been aligned accordingly. So wherever today we are, from that we have to go to we have to go to our turnover, and also export has to go exponentially very high. Export is coming to 3 times. Similarly, 3 times you have to go to export also.
So it means that next year we'll do around 1,000 crores top line and around 200 crores, 220 crores profit because we enjoyed 21% net margin. Does it mean that? like going by the numbers, so what you're guiding us, what you're telling about
You can infer from that, but I cannot say about this figure. I cannot sure about this figure, but definitely our target is to go for to meet the requirement of our department.
So net margins would be 21% only now. Now net margins would be going down because of the commodity inflation, competition.
That's what I cannot say on that figure. That figure is very difficult to predict right now. In fact, you people are the right people to predict because our predictions are not so accurate. You are basically in the market. We know what is the forecasting and on the side.
Okay, and sir, we talked about 1,000 crores orders, which this is 1,300 crores plus 1,000 crores total?
Yeah. 1,000 is there. 1,000 crores is for this year.
So it will be 2,300 crores, right? Total.
Yeah, but we'll be executing now. I'll be executing 1,000 crores also. So definitely.
Correct. So what is the order book timeline, sir? Like this order book would be 1,300 crores. Order book would be executed.
It varies. It varies. Lot of variations are there. Lot of variations are depending on the product because Mithani product profile is huge. We make a small wire of around 1 mm to 250, 280 mm of bar. So there are various type of products there. We make a small washer to one ring of 3 meter diameter. So my point is that we have all the various type of product profiles. So depending on the product and all, we decide that what will be the time of delivery.
Like what will be the average time, if you can just guide average time of execution? Not like 1.5 years or the 2 years, or how do you think? How do we look at it?
1 year you can take. 1 year.
1 year I can say. Okay.
Yeah. 1 year. Average 1 year.
Average 1 year. Okay. Thank you, sir, and all the best. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Prabir from Adhikari. Please go ahead.
Thank you, sir, for providing me this opportunity. So my question is regarding this about the addressable opportunity for aerospace, like in next 10 years, around 100 odd fighter jets is going to be developed, manufactured in India. So of it, what could be the size, addressable, possible size, market size for a company like Mithani? And also in next 10 years also there will be a hypersonic missiles where a lot of specially graded alloys or materials will be required. So if I put together in this context, so can you please help us understanding the requirement of the requirement and the marketable possible marketable size?
This exercise has been already done by our consultant recently, and they have given the business potential, as you have mentioned about some of the programs. So the figures are not clear right now. It's under evaluation, and ministry already has taken for its evaluation, and we are expecting shortly the result will come out. We may discuss afterwards. But as you have rightly told that these programs are there in the country now, and it is moving at a better, higher pace. But whatever you have mentioned, those things are time taking. It will not translate immediately. But initiations have been made, and visibilities are good, in the sense that, as you mentioned about the fighter plane. Now the fighter plane, whether the engine has to be purchased from the outside or made in-house. So these are the different ifs and buts are there. So work is going in that direction. But if it is coming from the outside, entire things will be coming from the outside only. Similar is the case for the overhaul of the engine, MRO facility. Now MRO, once it is in India, 2-3 MROs, definitely consumption of material will go up. So these things are very in nascent stage. I will not able to comment on this. But Mithani has a better opportunity because we are already in supplying the aero engine materials from last 35 years.
Okay, so if you exclude this engine part, so for this aeroframe and all, so for recently there's a 46,000 crores of orders given to HAL for Mark 1A. So in that, what could be the size of this material for aeroframe and all, and other whatever required materials are?
Yeah, you have told very correctly that you are removing the aero engine. Aero engine is the biggest, material cost wise the highest in that. And second comes the frame. Now the frame is also not made from the Indian material. Whatever LCA you are seeing, it is getting from the imported source only. So the balance material left are very limited in quantities. There also, I will tell you, the number of things are coming from the outside. So still we have a lot of things to Indianize, but progressively we are doing Indianization, and it will be getting reflected better in after 4 to 5 years in LCA, once the Indianization is complete. And even the engine also is our own engine. Now engine also is, the entire engine is coming from the outside.
Okay, sir. Understood, sir. My last question is, who do you think your competitors in this business where you are right now?
Competitors are, you are asking the name or you wanted the people there?
Yeah, the companies that are available, that are in India.
I'll tell you the name, but
the kind of work.
Anyway, people are there now. There are a lot of people are there in India who are started manufacturing. So it's there. Quite a good market potential is there. No? So people are coming forward.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Darshan Shah from White Equity. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Thanks for the opportunity. I have two questions. One on the inventory side. So we are carrying inventory of almost 1,000 crore versus our revenue of 800 odd crores. So what is the normalized level of inventory that we are seeing, and by when do we expect to get there?
Normalized level of inventory projections are being given by the consultant now, and we cannot reduce immediately, but our efforts are on. As I told earlier also, we have tried to reduce it, but then the raw material prices have gone up in the recent past. So I am not seeing that near future it will come down, because the prices of raw material has gone up, and at the same time there is a supply chain disruption also. So because of that we have to stop. We cannot go to the situation where on monthly or bi-monthly basis I can buy the material, I can run my show. So I think these are the main reasons for getting higher inventory. But it will get addressed. We are trying to address it by consuming more and more scrap, and see that our raw material consumption will come down.
Okay. And second question is on the LCA aircraft opportunity. So in some of the earlier calls, we have mentioned that per aircraft the raw material requirement would be around 25-30 crores. Is that correct?
Yeah. I'll tell you why it is requirement is there. But what has happened that initially for initial fleets of 15-20 aircraft, since HAL, our materials are not certified, so HAL has taken the preference to buy the material from the outside, and slowly they are giving the orders for indigenization. So right now we have the order of around 20-25 crores of order for LCA, and it is getting added further as we progress.
Okay, thanks. That's it from my side.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Abhijit. Please go ahead.
Yeah, just to add to the Aero question, please. So out of total 65 crores of order book that you have from Aero, 25 crores is from LCA, and the rest is from development materials for AMCA. Is that right? Or?
No. AMCA is not included in that. We have for Aero that Adur engine, that you see I told you that engine disc.
Yeah.
Then also we have for this Kaveri dry engine is there for GTRE.
But these are what, slow moving orders or what?
Not slow moving. These are all very fast moving only.
Okay, so they're procuring materials for Kaveri engine on a regular basis.
Yeah, it has started now. That Kaveri engine, dry engine has started for you must have heard about India has gone, first trial is taken for UCAV, that is unmanned aerial combat vehicle.
Right.
So already they have taken the first trial, and this now the idea is to make more and more. So there the engine will be used from that cavalry drive engine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, got it. But but this would be one-time orders, right? I mean, as of now, it looks like it would be one-time orders.
No. I think if it is getting cleared, India is going for a big way to manufacture that cars. Because you need a lot of drones, no?
Right.
Yeah, high-end delivery.
But they have stabilized the technology and all, as in.
I do not know the exact performance of the first flight, but it was reported it has given a good performance.
Got it. And any execution delay that you would have faced because of lack of materials, say from Ukraine or Kazakhstan or that region?
Not delay in our execution, but some sales got affected in our last financial year.
Okay.
Because of Ukraine, and then there is a cost of the raw material has gone up because of this war. So these are the major factors which is affected.
So this year, will there be any effect on sales because of supply disruption?
Not sales, I'll tell you, but on the margin it will be there.
Margin impact will be there. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But you, from your commentary, it seems that some of the margin impact is there in Q1 also. But on an overall scale, it does not show. Maybe because of the mix or size of the disruption.
Mainly because utilization has improved.
Right.
So we have tried to compensate with the scrap utilization.
Right.
Efforts are on to do that, but
right.
See how much we are able to. Because there you have to also see that product should not get affected. So the technology has to be robust in that sense. But you cannot go for the full scale at one go. You have to go stage wise. Right.
Got it. Just to go back to last point, which is UCAV. Which UCAV are they procuring for this Kaveri? Is it Tapas or something else?
What is the name? Name you say? I understand the name is different. Ghatak.
TAPS, Tapas.
Tapas, I do not know, but the engine name is some name I am not clear.
Okay.
It's basically what name they have are not clear, but it is for the family.
Got it. That's all from my side. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the last question. I now hand the conference over to Dr. S.K. Jha for his closing comments.
Yeah, friends, it was a very nice interaction. So whenever I interact with the team, a lot of things come to us, and with me, entire team was also there with me, finance and marketing and corporate planning. Company secretary all have joined, we have been part of this meeting. So I hope whatever we have discussed here, it will further give our commitment to meet the expectation of the stakeholders. And Midani has been very fortunate that we have got, all of you have got the confidence on us. And I am sure that with the future performance, it will be kept, and we will be meeting of your expectations and better scale, more and higher scale. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of ICICI Securities, that concludes this conference call. We thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines. Thank you.